Now, I didn't really learn covers in my early part of my guitar playing, but there are certain songs that I grew up with. A lot of classic hard rock, heavy metal stuff, and some punk too, and then coming into the thrash and that. And there are certain riffs and songs that I would have benefited from, but instead I sort of took the easy way out and sort of was happy once I knew power chords, and it's like the chug, palm muted, a couple of scale patterns. And of course I played them badly as well. But anyway, so certain songs now, before I got my first guitar, quite a few years, but I listened to records and that. So the first song that I used to play all the time was by the Ramones. It's called High Risk Insurance. So after it's, bear with me please, because I don't practice these songs. I haven't done for a long time, but I'm just doing them off the list right now. So and then I started getting into bands, so Queen was another band that really impressed me. And I heard all the stuff they did in the 80s, of course, because I was about 9 years old in the mid-80s, 10 years old and that. But then I started to learn more about their history. So Seven Seas of Rye was a song that I heard on the grapevine. I thought that this was excellent. I thought the 70s stuff was a lot better, I thought. So Seven Seas of Rye. Wrong chord. Anyway, so Brian May has got a really sort of unorthodox way of accenting his riffs and that sort of thing. So his strumming technique is definitely one of a kind, I think, and his other techniques as well. So, and then I started hearing rock bands on the charts and that before I actually started buying any records. Now there's a song by Whitesnake called Still of the Night, and I think it's a pretty damn impressive riff. I think now I don't know if I can play it anywhere near as well, but I'll do my best. So, and I just okay, so Still of the Night. Do it again. And John Sykes, another great player, great rhythm player as well as lead player he is. So anyway, so Whitesnake there, and then I started to hear somebody played this at school on their ghetto blaster, and I was absolutely blown away. I didn't know who it was, but anyway, later, a couple of years later, I learned it was Iron Maiden. So Number of the Beast. And the rest is history, of course. And then when I bought my first electric guitar, by that time I started to hear Judas Priest, and Painkiller was the album that just come out. And Now I knew of Judas Priest about a couple of years previously anyway, but or a year previously or something like that. But anyway, Painkiller. So a rough rendition of the riff here. Yeah. And some of these songs I never actually practiced. It's like I don't actually know them. If you mean, I'm just guessing them. It's like I know roughly how they go. Now, quite a few of them I did actually sit down and practice, but others I didn't. So, but anyway, so Judas Priest, Painkiller, and then I couldn't play all the thrash stuff, all the fast, velocity. I couldn't do the fast technical stuff, but I was happy with to start somewhere. So Motorhead, Overkill was a good song for me. Would have been a great one for me to start off with. So it's more about that sort of pace. Okay, so Overkill. Usually find it effective to loosen up on the old right hand when it comes to palm muting that one. Okay, so yeah, and then another one, very similar pace but slightly, I was blown away when I first heard this. Accept Fast as a Shark. And that was about the pace that I could do at that time. I hadn't quite got the hang of that yet, so that took a little practice. But anyway, so yeah, and then I started getting into the thrash stuff. Anthrax was the first seriously heavy band I'd heard, so I Am the Law. Wrong chords. Might have missed a few chords out there as well, but at the same time, fuck it, I'll just do the rough rendition of that kind of. It's the technique, so it was just a little practice piece. So I Am the Law, and then Metallica, Seek and Destroy. Can't remember what it's called then, for fuck's sake. And then the more fat, when I started to actually get the hang of the more fast stuff, as the years went on, I did learn Damage Inc. as well. So let's start at the beginning. Wrong fucking riff. Yeah, it starts, because I ain't done this for a long time, I haven't listened to it for a long time either, so. bit of damaging there. Another great fast one, which I felt good to practice, which I learned, not long ago actually. Well, about 5 years ago, I think. Slayer. Oh, what the fucking hell is it called? Black Magic. I should know these things, but sometimes you sort of forget that, because I am listening to records for hardly a long time. So, anyway, so. So there's a few examples of covers. Some I actually know in full. Some are just like thought, oh yeah, I'll play that one. That was a song that I grew up with. So and I don't actually know them, so I just have to guess them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So horns up.